So I'm just going to make one more video of dinner time. And most of my dogs eat in the kitchen, and they all know where their bowl goes and who gets which bowl. Skid. Milo. Enzo. And here's Carmen. Milo, go eat your own dinner. Go on, go eat. Go eat, Milo, go on. Milo, go on. No, go eat your dinner. Go on, go on. Milo, go eat. So this is actually really good. Carmen, for a long time, would eat over there on the floor, and would only eat when I was sitting with her. This is great. Make a video when your dog is perfect. So this is awesome. She normally wouldn't take a lot of consecutive bites without stopping, moving away from the food, coming back to the food, moving far away from the food, coming back to the food. So this is a fantastic progress. She's actually been making a lot of progress in the past week, and I have backed way off in my interaction with her. I've basically left her alone, gave her a real break from telling her she had to come into the house. She actually stayed outside for a whole week. I left her outside, let her stay out all night, and she started looking in the door more, standing by the door more, following me more closely when I was outside, almost getting in my truck with me when I would leave. I take her to work a lot, but since I decided just to do a phase of not catching her, she's become more relaxed and she's willing to interact with me more. So this is really, really, really great. I've never actually seen her eat an entire meal like this without picking up her head and circling and moving around, and especially here in the feeding circle with everybody else. My dogs are really good. Nobody steals from anybody else. That was my old lurcher, Dice, leaving. So it's a very, as relaxed as the feeding environment can be, because everybody respects everybody else's space. And now she's finished and she's quietly walking past me. Hey, Carmen. Most of my dogs usually come over to say hello after they're done eating. Here, Doodle. This is my Saluki lurcher. He's the only dog I have that's not a rescue. This is Brandon. He's a Mastin Galgo cross from Spain. He was not touched by a human being until he was 4. And I couldn't touch him for 6 months, but I've had him 3 years now, and he's a wonderful dog. He has progressed beautifully. Milo is one of the first pods that I brought from Spain, but not a fearful dog, just a normal, if you will, rescue. And Enzo, the little black pod, also came from Spain with Milo 5 years ago, but again, not a fearful dog. Dice is an old retired hunting lurcher. So, and then just to introduce you to the rest, I have Dante. He eats over here because this is Dante, another profoundly fearful Podenco Canario, who I've had for a year. He was trapped in Sevilla, was in a foster home in Spain, and then a foster home in New York, and both homes were disasters, and they asked me to take him, and he's a really cool dog, but he eats by himself because he's really thin and eats 3 times more than everybody else. That's Dante. So that's my crowd. Dante, Podenco Canario, Skid, the Saluki lurcher, Enzo the pod, Dicey, the old lurcher, Carmen, the Podenco, my current Rosa Project dog, Fearful Podenco, Milo, the pod, and Brandon. wherever he is. Oh, and then there's Brandon getting a drink. And then this is Bruce. He's in a crate because he's just a little puppy. Bruce is a feral from the Paiute Reservation, Indian Reservation here up by Pyramid Lake. And since all the transports from Spain have been discontinued, I offered to foster a dog for a local rescue group. So they asked me if I'd take Bruce. I've only had him 3 weeks, and he's a real character. He's a blast. He came as a snarling, snapping, terrified, fear-biting little puppy, and now he's just part of the family. He's doing really, really well. Hey, Brucey. Okay, that's it. All right. Thank you for all your time on these long videos, and I'll send you something in writing as well to give you a little more sense of my experience level with these fearful dogs.